Hey guys, what's going on? This is Ken, and today I'm here to do a review of this 1 to 400 scale Japan Airlines Boeing 787-8 in the 2020 Olympics colors, and this is from JCWings. And before I get started, I have to say that this is another gorgeous model, and JCWings has done a phenomenal job with this one. So, with that said, let's start off with the box as always. And here is the front of the box, and the box art is very nice on this one. The colors and everything are on point. Alright, so I'll do this a little bit differently. So right, I'm going to skip the bottom part and go right to the back part. So you can pause to read all of the specs if you want, and if not, and it's alright. Alright, so now back to the bottom of the box, and of course here this is the flaps up version. JCWings usually has two versions of the same model, the flaps up and flaps down. Alright, here is the right side. Here's the top, the left side, and we're back to the front. Alright, so with that out of the way, let's open the box up and let's go on to the star of the video, which is the model herself. And yeah, here she is in all of her glory in her plastic cocoon. Alright, so now let's just get the model into position, and as always I like to take the models out with the bottom part facing up because it's easier for me to take the models out that way. So while I have the model here in this position, I'll do a quick landing gear check just to make sure that everything's in order, even though I don't roll the models around, and I also wouldn't recommend that you do it, but you know, that's just my opinion. So alright, so yeah, this is good, yeah, this is also good, and this is also good. So all three sets of landing gear are good. Alright, so now let's just get the model out with the packaging and right side up, and here she is. And as I said before, this is a really nice model, and JCWings has done a phenomenal job with this. So I'll just be quiet for a moment while I turn the model around so that you guys can take a better look at her. Alright. And the model is kind of dragging a little bit, so that's why I'm kind of half turning it and half picking it up so that the landing gear doesn't get damaged. Alright, so with that out of the way, I'll start with the front of the model. So Here is the nose cone, the cockpit windows, the windshield wipers, and then the pilot escape hatch right there. Yeah, looking very nice. Then the very nice 787 nose. And then, of course, there are some pitot tubes and sensors, static ports there at the very front. And then the front landing gear, the front landing gear doors, and there's the partial registration, which is 837. And then there is the L1 door, along with some, I would assume, Wi-Fi stickers right here. And then there is the torch bearer, the Olympic torch bearer right there, with some very nice coloring right here along the bottom part of the forward part of the fuselage. And then, of course, there's the ANA, then the Olympic logo, and the Japan Airlines logo right here along the top part of the forward windows here along the forward part of the fuselage. Looking very nice. And then, of course, there are some more sensors and static ports right here, as well as the L2 door, the anti-collision beacon right there, the forward top antenna, and then the Wi-Fi box, or the SATCOM dome. And then right here along the middle part of the top fuselage, there are the Tokyo 2020 Olympic torch relay tunnels, and then towards the back of that it says "Hope Lights Our Way." And then here is a top view of the left wing, which has some very nice printed and molded details, looking very nice. Then the left engine, a look inside of the left engine, there is the engine strike, and then the chevron details right there at the rear part of the engine housing, as well as the left side runway landing light. Alright, and now moving on to the very tip of the left wing, there is the blended wingtip, as well as the left side navigation light, and then the fuel dump valve right there. Alright, so now moving on to the rear part of the model, there is the L3 door, and then, as I mentioned before, Hope Lights Our Way, and then some more of the Olympic color scheme right here at the rear, and then the two rear top antennas, and the L4 door. And here is the bottom rear antenna right there. And of course, you have the registration, which is JA837J, or Juliet Alpha 837 Juliet. And here is the tail with the vertical and two horizontal stabilizers. The two horizontal stabilizers have the dots that represent the lights that illuminate the vertical stabilizer when the aircraft flies at night or during flight operations at night. And the vertical stabilizer again has some more Olympic colors. The Olympic torch relay Tokyo 2020 with the Olympic logo. Yeah, and then at the very rear of the model, there's the APU. Alright, so now moving on to the right side of the model. It's pretty much the same as the left side, except there are the rear and forward cargo doors. There's the right side of the vertical stabilizer, the right horizontal stabilizer, the registration, which again is JA837 or Juliet Alpha 837 Juliet. The two top antennas, the R4 door, hope lights are away, the rear windows, the rear part of the fuselage, the R3 door, the Tokyo 2020 Olympic torch relay panels. There is the top view of the right wing. Then, of course, there's a view of the blended wingtip and the right side navigation light, as well as the right side fuel dump valve right there, and the registration on the right wing, JA837J Juliet Alpha 837J, and then the rising sun logo of the Japanese flag, looking very nice. And of course, just as the left wing, the right wing has a lot of printed and molded details. Alright, so now moving on, there is the left side runway landing light, the right side, and then the right engine with the engine strike, the chevron details, and then a look inside of the engine. Alright, so now here's the Wi-Fi or SATCOM dome, the top forward antenna, and then the anti-collision beacon again, the R2 door, and then the three logos right there, ANA, Olympic logo, and then the Japan Airlines logo, and then of course there it says Tokyo 2020, some more Olympic colors right there, and there's the torch bearer, the forward cargo door, and then the R1 door, and then the Wi-Fi stickers right there, the pilot escape hatch, the cockpit windows, the windshield wiper, the nose cone, and pitot tubes and static ports right there, the very front of the model, the front landing gear. Alright, so now here is a top view of the model. Looking very nice. And then here is the bottom view of the model. So here is the front part of the bottom part of the model, the nose cone, and then the front landing gear doors, the front landing gear, the forward cargo door, as well as the two air intakes for the bleed air system, and then the bottom anti-collision beacon, the main landing gear doors, and then the main landing gear. And here's a bottom view of the two engines, which have really nice printed details. And then, of course, the bottom part of the wings, which also have some nice molded details. And the left wing, the bottom part, the left wing has the registration, which again is JA837J or Juliet Alpha 837 Juliet. And here is the printed detail for the ram air turbine for emergencies in case the main airplane generators lose power, or in case the engines lose power. Sorry about that. Here's the stand hole, and then the bottom rear antenna, as well as the rear cargo door. And then at the very rear of the model, here's a bottom view of the two horizontal stabilizers, which have some molded details, and then the printed details for the APU housing doors, and then the APU itself. Alright, so that's pretty much it for this review. And before I end the video, I'll just do a final turn of the model so that you guys can take one final look at her. Alright, so that pretty much wraps up the video for today. I hope you guys liked it, and I would highly recommend this model if you can still find it, because it is becoming a little bit harder to find. So if you can still find it, I would recommend buying it. So yeah, now with that said, I hope you guys have a good day and stay happy, healthy, and safe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Alright, bye.